Welcome to CCG TV, the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes. And for those of you all who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Gloria Weston Smart, the director for Keep Columbus Beautiful, and we're so happy that you're tuning in. Earth Notes is so important because we're focusing on our mission, and Keep Columbus Beautiful mission is to engage and educate individuals to be better stewards to our environment. Well, you ask, how can you do that? Well, by beautifying your areas, cleaning your areas, keeping it free of litter, and really being a good steward to our environment to help us protect our air, our water, and our vegetations. So we need your support. And we always try to bring you guests on here that will share information that you can grow from. And so we thank you for tuning in. And my very first guest today is Keith Sims. He's from Mercy Med, and so they have some wonderful things going on over there. Welcome to our set, Keith.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit first about yourself.
So I'm Keith Sims. I work currently at Mercy Med, which is a nonprofit medical clinic that serves the underserved of Columbus. And we at Mercy Med try to work with people's physical needs, emotional needs, and spiritual needs.
Okay.
So I started working there because I wanted to get into PA school and was getting my hours, and while working there, I found out that I enjoyed preventative medicine more than point of care medicine. So now we're on the endeavor that we're on, and I'm enjoying doing some fun environmental stuff at Mercy Med.
Wonderful. Now, a couple of years ago, Keep Columbus Beautiful and Trees Columbus actually helped out with a community garden that you all had planted. So I know that there's a lot of things in the works with the community garden, and the community really are getting very involved. So tell us a little bit about that.
So what we're doing is at Mercy Med is we're starting a 1/4 of an acre farm, micro farm garden, but a high intensive production garden, and then a 1/4 of an acre vegetable or fruit production. And actually, Trees Columbus is coming out on February the 21st, and we are having another planting day to plant muscadines, pears, figs, about 50 to 60 trees. That Trees Columbus is coming out and doing that with us, and we're going to have some really cool, a really cool environment.
Wonderful.
And it's going to be kind of like a fruit haven corridor, a real garden feel in the middle of the city, right by 2nd Avenue.
And so the fruit that those trees are going to yield, that fruit is going to be available to the community at large. Is that right? Or tell me.
It will be. I mean, if you come and you pick it, it's yours, but I will also be selling that fruit as well.
Okay.
At a discounted rate to the people of Mercy Med. If you're a patient of Mercy Med, you'll have a discounted rate, and if you're of the 3 communities that we're in, Mercy Med's right in the middle of City Village, Bibb City, and North Highland, and we want to engage that community in healthy, nutritionally dense food. So we'll be selling at a discounted rate to the community that we're in, and to the patients of Mercy Med.
So now, are you engaging some of those patients to help, and the people who live around that community to help you out in planting? So
when we had a community garden before we started this intensive farm, we worked with people in the community, kids around the area would come and help us on Saturday mornings. And we have Mercy Med has a name brand and a strong feel in that community. And we work with a lot of churches, we work with just a lot of people in the area, and we love the community that we're in, and we feel the love of the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I certainly do appreciate you taking time out of your day to come in to share information. Is there anything else that you'd like to share really quick? Yeah,
so in essence, if we broke down what we're doing, we are trying to make food accessible and affordable to people living in a food desert, because North Highland is considered a food desert. And we want to make sure everybody has the same access to food.
And so why would you say food desert? Is it because there is no
if you
stores near around?
Yeah, if you put a stake in the middle of North Highland and drew a 2-mile radius around it. There is no place to get fresh, perishable, nutritionally dense food, and that's considered a food desert. And we want to limit that. And in North Highland community has the highest rate of single mother households and households without a form of personal transportation. So there's a lot of walking, there's a lot of biking, and we want to make sure that we are enabling the people in that community to be able to get fresh food, nutritionally dense food that builds up their health and helps the medical field in the long run of preventative medicine.
Wonderful. You know, that is really awesome. I really do want to let you all know how much we appreciate what you're doing in that community, because it's really, really becoming a real vibrant community too.
It is.
And I know that there are another gardens that's not too far, and it's a community garden for Bibb City, right? Yeah,
there's a Bibb City Orchard, and then Take the City has a little garden as well.
Right.
All in that area. And we're partnering with everybody that we can. We want to be a community that works together, that plays together, and farms and gardens together.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and coming to be with us today. And I'm sure that our viewing audience have learned some information, and there may be opportunities for them to set up a community garden in their area.
Yeah.
Right. So it make it beautiful, and then not only that, yielding some fruit that people can just come in and enjoy.
Yeah, and that's what we had with our community garden. And if anybody needs help, I'm here for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Keith. Keith Sims at Mercy Med. Thank you all for tuning in. I do have 2 more wonderful guests that's going to bring you some more information that you need to know. So stay tuned.
Man, I wish the city would fix these darn potholes. Someone needs to report this.
Has this ever happened to you and you didn't know who to call? It's simple. Dial 311 or 706-653-4000. Columbus 311 Citizen Service Center. Our goal is to provide complete, accurate, and timely information to citizens and employees regarding complaints, inquiries, and requests for information. Columbus 311 Citizen Service Center, your direct link to city service.
Welcome back to CCG TV, the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful guest from Neighborworks Columbus. She's not new to our set. She's been here before, but she has a lot of information that she wants to share, and it's Miss Faison. Welcome to the set.
Thank you for having me, Gloria.
Thank you for being here. And I tell you, I know that there's a lot going on at Neighborworks Columbus, but before we go into what's going on there, tell our audience a little bit about you and what you do there.
Well, first of all, happy Love Day.
Oh, yes, it is. Valentine's Day.
And I've been at Neighborworks Columbus for 16 years in April. I'm the Director of Production Program Services. In other words, it's my job to make sure that the citizens of Columbus, when they come through our doors, have a good experience.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And you all have done a great job, and in a new facility now.
Yes, we're down on Veterans Parkway, right across from Chester's Barbecue. Nice, lovely facility.
Not too far from Chester's. You can walk out and just have some barbecue.
Yeah, we smell the aroma every day.
I know you do. I know it. I know it. So tell us what's going on now with Neighborworks Columbus.
Well, we are doing a lot of celebrating, Gloria, this year. This is our 20th year of serving the Columbus area. And we have morphed and changed to so many different things in the community. We started off as a community revitalization organization, and we built out East Winton Park. Then later down the road, we became lenders, and we offer home buyer education and counseling, and we're still doing more of that. And we keep hearing that we're one of the best kept secrets, and we want to do away with that because we are accessible now. We
want everybody to know.
Absolutely, because you talk about being good stewards. Being a homeowner is the first step to becoming a good steward in your community, because now you're vested.
Absolutely
and
right.
now you have a stake in your community.
That's right. And you know what? The community that's over there near Carver High School, I remember when Neighborworks started in that effort, and we actually kind of work real closely with them. And for over a couple of years, we would have plant trees in some of the new homeowners' yards.
Yes, I remember.
And so we need to kind of get back doing some of those things.
There's still a community garden there.
Oh, okay, I remember that was the very first one that I knew of in Columbus.
Absolutely, and Neighborworks Columbus helped change that neighborhood from a neighborhood of blight to a neighborhood of choice. We
That's
built
right.
over 35 brand new homes,
Isn't that-
many of which those homeowners are still enjoying homeownership in those homes.
Awesome, awesome. And now celebrating 20 years,
Yes.
and that is awesome because that was when I started with Keep Columbus Beautiful about 20 years ago,
Wow.
and Kathy was there. We just had a wonderful time. I served on your advisory board a
You
little
did.
bit, yeah, and we just worked together in trying to make sure that we could create a safe, nice, clean community. And you all was really pushing affordable homes.
Absolutely.
So I know that you all help to prepare people to get ready to purchase homes too. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the first step is to find out where you are in the process about your finances, financial management, budget. How do you use your money? How much money do you have coming in?
Okay.
And then also credit scores. A lot of times people come to us and they think they're ready. We pull their credit and it's not quite where it
What
needs
need
to
to
be
happen,
for
okay.
approval. But the good thing when you come to Neighborworks Columbus is that we help you prepare. So if your credit is not where it needs to be, we help you with some skills and some things to help get your credit score up. On an average, we help people increase their credit score by about 60 points.
So we can say Neighborworks Columbus is keeping Columbus beautiful.
Yes, keeping your credit score high.
I know that's right. Okay, so what else is going on? Is there anything else?
So we are also a lender, and that's few people really understand. They think it's just preparation, but we are a licensed Georgia and Alabama lender,
Wow,
so we
okay.
can originate both FHA, VA loans, and that's really how our business model is to really serve the community. But we generate revenue through our activities to help us stay open as a nonprofit.
And it's so important for young people to start at an early age of
Absolutely.
investing in themselves and investing in a home.
Absolutely.
And you all can really get them on track. So for you all who are tuned in, please know that you can call Neighborworks Columbus if you're interested in just finding out if you are ready to buy a home or if you want to get ready. If you want to get started on what you need to do, Neighborworks Columbus can help you do that.
Absolutely.
Right, and so we need for them to contact you, all right?
Yeah, and I just wanted to show our brochure, with the theme of the heart. We have a new logo and new
Okay.
information. They can go right onto our website and start the process. They don't have to leave the comfort of their home with their cell phone or a personal computer. Go onto www.nwcolumbus.org and start your profile.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for all you all are doing, and it's certainly a pleasure to have you here on the set. We hope that you'll be coming back soon. I know this year is kicking off with 20 years celebration.
Yes.
So anything that you feel that we are able to get out to the community that they would really can appreciate and grow from, we'd love for you all to come back.
Absolutely, Gloria.
So thank you again. All right, so now you know how to get in contact with people who can help other people get ready for buying a home. And it's so important for you all to share that information. One of the things that we really want to do is to be able to bring material to you, information to you, educational things that you'll be able to share with the community. So I know you all know some people who are looking for homes out there. Call Neighborworks Columbus and let them help you out. We'll be right back with my very next guest. His name is Bill Consoletti. He's not a newcomer to this area either. I know that you're going to want to hear what he has to say because we're going to be talking about trees.
All of us share a responsibility to keep Columbus beautiful. You may not intend to litter, but if you're not securing the items in the back of your pickup truck, you may be contributing to the problem. Please don't use your truck bed as a mobile trash can. It doesn't take much for the debris to blow out on our roadways, causing an unsightly and hazardous mess. Law enforcement is out ticketing litter bugs, so do your part, secure your load. Nobody likes a litter bug.
Welcome back to CCG TV, the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes. And I mentioned that I had a wonderful guest, Mr. Bill Consoletti. I actually have been with Keep Columbus Beautiful for many years and served on our board. Welcome to the set, Bill.
Hello, Gloria.
It's always so good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. And you know what, Bill, let me tell you this. We really appreciate volunteers like you in this community because you give of your time, your talent, and your resources to make sure that everyone that's a part of our community have access to a wonderful community, a beautiful community, and a clean community. And I've known you for a long time, and I appreciated our relationship, and we want to just thank you for what you've done in this community.
Thank you. It's
And now you're serving
pleasure.
you're serving as the Tree Board Chair.
I am.
Columbus Consolidated Government Tree Board Chair.
Yes.
All right. So, Bill, tell us a little bit about yourself first, because I knew you when you were working for Meade Westvaco.
So I'm retired from Meade Westvaco, which is now called West Rock, and that was in the end of 2013. And I was a member of Keep Columbus Beautiful from 2001 to 2018, I think.
That's right.
And I've enjoyed every bit of it. I'm a registered and certified forester, and I've had an interest in getting involved in the public and doing things to improve the environment, to protect trees. So we were a natural fit, Gloria.
Absolutely. And this is a time of the year, too, that, you know, we're planting trees and enjoying the outside, and we've gotten a lot of rain. But tell us a little bit about your role as the chairperson of the tree board.
Okay. So
Just a little history, too.
Okay. So the reason I'm here today is to talk about the text amendments that were just passed, recommended by the PAC, the Policy Advisory Commission, to change the text in the Uniform Development Ordinance.
Okay.
So in order to present that properly, let me go back a little to show about why I've done what I've done. So back in 2000, there were 50 trees in Lake Bottom that had tape around them, and the residents were very concerned. What's going on?
Yeah.
So that led to the actually development of Trees Columbus.
Right.
And it also led to a revision of the tree ordinance. So I was on that original tree ordinance revision committee. Milton Jones led it.
That's right.
Glenn Davis was on it. Teresa Tomlinson was on it. And we did about 18 months of work and changed the regulations regarding development and the protection of trees.
And that development was for commercial as well as...
Commercial, industrial, and residential. For commercial, if you redeveloped an area, then you had, in the parking lot, had to have trees every 60 feet as one thing. If you were developing a home, we had something called tree density units,
That's right.
which the developer had to establish for each lot. Basically, so you'd have a tree in the front yard and a tree in the backyard at the time it was sold. Once
Right.
it's sold, the landowner can
Do what
cut
they-
the tree if they want.
But that wasn't the intent that you wanted to
No,
have.
certainly not, but just to make that clear. Yeah. So in the summer, late spring and early summer of 2018, the Georgia DOT had a request from H.H. Gregg to cut down trees on the J.R. Allen Parkway. If you go east on J. Allen and you look to your right just before the Moon Road exit, you'll see thinned out trees, a lot. And it was just a private citizen who saw that going on, called downtown and got it stopped. And Dorothy McDaniel, Trees Columbus, went on YouTube and said, "Do you see this going on here? We got to stop this kind of activity."
That's right.
So in July, you were at the meeting, in July the tree board met and said, "What are we going to do about this? What can we do?" And we decided we would put some text together to change the UDO, the Uniform Development Ordinance, regarding tree preservation and removal to try to protect against incidents like that.
That's right.
So a lawyer, Ken Henson, who used to belong to the tree board, provided some text. I went before it was a real lesson for me in going through government here and seeing how things work. Slowly
But you
sometimes,
didn't give
but
up.
they work. I didn't give up, no. So I went before the Planning Commission, met with Rick Jones, the head of that Planning Commission with the city, and then Assistant City Attorney Lucy Sheftal was there to help with the text. Went to meet with them a few times, and then finally the text came up before the Policy Advisory Commission. And there was a little give and go there, as it always is. But with Troy Keller there present, and Scott Jones and Eric Gansauer on February 6th, we got the text passed. And not to read all of it, but to mention a couple of important points. Under removal of protected trees, any beautification plan tree or public protected tree or exceptional specimen tree may only be cut with permission of the city arborist and in the event of his denial of the tree board. So that's the big text. So those trees on J.R. Allen, both inside and outside the fence, would meet that criteria that I just mentioned.
Okay.
Anybody driving by there might see that they are being planted back. There's trees that are being, remediation is going on right now. So what happened is H.H. Gregg, which was sold to Best Buy, that's going to be the new Best Buy out there.
Okay.
They had to pay $75,000 to plant those trees back. So there is a penalty if you do this.
Right.
about 21,000 inside the fence, which was a safe area, and then outside the fence, which is a beautification area, they have to replant those. So there are penalties.
Right.
And
And it's so
intent
important
here-
for everybody to know that it is. I think we take for granted the trees that we see as we're driving up and down the roadways. We are thinking basically that they're just trees there, but they actually are working hard every day.
They are.
Because with the traffic that's rolling up and down the roadways, and those trees are working to help purify our air. Give us
Purify
some,
the air,
yeah.
clean the water, provide wildlife benefits.
Right. So we're excited that you all had an opportunity to go back to the board and get that information, get it all straight, so that, you know, the people in the community will know that they're just not allowed to go out on right away and on our main roadways off of any of the interstates in this. Cut trees
State
down.
highways
That's
included.
right.
State highways included.
Absolutely.
So we feel it's strengthened now, that the Uniform Development Ordinance is strengthened with this new text amendments under the Tree Preservation and Protection section.
Awesome. Well, you know, you always do a wonderful job, and we do. As I said earlier, we appreciate the time that you give back to this community, the resources that you give, and the always educating someone about trees. And I know you're the tree man, Columbus tree man, Bill Consoletti. So thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you all for tuning in. We certainly appreciate it. I hope you gained some information. Please make sure that you share the information that you've gained, because, you know, we do better when we know better. And also, if you have not called in to get your blue bin, please call 311 today and request the blue bin. But more than that, we've been talking trash for a couple of months or so, and I know that as you're driving up and down the roadways right outside of your home, the main areas that you're coming into where you live, you're finding trash on our roadways. It's so important for us to tell people not to throw trash out of their windows. And it's important for us to tell people to make sure they don't set their trash receptacles, their trash cans, out before the day of pickup. And if you have to set it out, then make sure that it's secured. Try to make sure that you're not just placing trash in plastic bags overnight so that rodents can come in and get into it and scatter trash up and down our roads. So if you find any infractions, if you see that there's a lot of litter in any area, call 311. If you see that there are potholes in the street or lights out on the roadway, call 311. If you see there's high grass, we need for you to call. Junk cars, call 311 and report it. We are the eyes, the ears, the mouth, and the hands of our environment. Can't live without our environment. It's important for us to take care of it. So we need to take our individual responsibility and our collective responsibility to be a good steward to our environment. Thank you for tuning in to Keep Columbus Beautiful Earth Notes. We'll see you the next time.